The H1B Guy here, and today, the H1B Guy news for the week ending December 24th, 2021. Today I'll cover H1B lottery wage rule dead, and EAD processing delays continue. But before we get started, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't already, to please subscribe to the H1B Guy channel here on YouTube and like this video so that I can continue to produce more content like this for you. I also wanted to mention the H1B Guy offers a variety of consulting services. I help businesses and individuals solve complex work authorization issues in the recruitment process while bringing awareness to employment-based immigration benefits. If I can help you, please reach out. I'd love to hear how. And you can book an appointment directly with me via the h1bguy.com. Today's post is brought to you by Syndesus and Path to Canada, the ideal plan B for high-skilled immigrants currently located in the U.S. whose status may be uncertain, and by PERM-Ads.com, the industry leader in providing a seamless experience for employers and immigration attorneys navigating the complex PERM recruitment ad phase of the labor certification process. Now, the news. Well, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who joined me on Monday for the H1B Guy Live on December 20th, 2021. The biggest news of the week, however, continues to be whether or not the Build Back Better Act will have its day sometime in January, and if the immigration provisions will or will not be included. Right now, it's literally anyone's guess. Here are the news stories that interested me most for this week. On December 21st, 2021, in a USCIS news release titled DHS Withdraws H1B Selection Final Rule. Quote, the Department of Homeland Security has published a final rule that withdraws the modification of registration requirement for petitioners seeking to file cap subject H1B petitions final rule, also known as H1B selection final rule, that was issued January 8th, 2021. This rule was vacated by the U.S. District Court for Northern District of California. On September 15th, 2021, the court in Chamber of Commerce of the United States of America versus United States Department of Homeland Security vacated the H1B selection final rule. The rule would have changed the way USCIS selects H-1B registrations or petitions if registration is suspended, submitted by prospective petitioners seeking to file H-1B cap subject petition by ranking and selecting registrations based on generally on corresponding wage levels. Well, gone before it ever was, the H-1B selection final rule. A piece of reform to the H-1B visa lottery that sought to move the annual H-1B lottery from random selection to wage-based selection. I spoke in favor of this rule, and I've monitored its fate for the better part of a year. While I understand the many points of those that have spoken out against the rule, I still felt like this would be a critical change to eliminating the cheap labor debate that clouds the H-1B visa. Once the Biden administration decided to postpone this Trump-era rule until December 31st, 2021, it was never really clear how they would plan to proceed past the end of the year. I've heard that the Biden administration was in favor of the rule, but due to the ruling of Judge Jeffrey White, they decided not to proceed with an appeal and simply let the rule be vacated. So where does this leave the H-1B lottery for fiscal year 2023? Unless there are drastic changes made in the next few weeks, USCIS will hold another electronic random selection and most likely subsequent second and third lotteries from what will also most likely be another 300,000 plus applicants. I've speculated many times that I believe a hybrid version of the current random selection will be incorporated with a wage-based selection, allocating 25% to each wage level, selecting the highest wages per each individual metropolitan statistical area. I think this change, along with an increase in the annual allotment in the advanced degree category, would eliminate many debates across labor critics and immigration experts. On December 21st, 2021, Congresswoman Deborah Ross, in a press release titled Congresswoman Ross and 22 House colleagues urge fix for work authorization backlog for immigrant spouses. Quote, backlog has prevented tens of thousands of immigrant women from working, causing needless financial pain for their families. Congresswoman Deborah Ross led a letter with 22 House colleagues urging Department of Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas and U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Director Jadot to reduce processing delays for spousal work authorizations. As a result of this backlog, tens of thousands of immigrant spouses across the country, many of them highly educated women in STEM fields, have been unable to work and provide for their families over the past year, causing unnecessary financial hardship for themselves and their loved ones. The letter requests DHS to work expeditiously to implement the recent Shergill v. Mayorkas settlement, eliminate additional causes of delays by reinstating joint adjudication or primary and dependent visas and work authorizations, and expand the premium processing to an additional visa categories, including H4 and L2 EADs. Eligible H4 visa holders are dependents of H1B visa workers who've been approved for employment-based green cards. These spouses have been allowed to obtain work permits since 2015. L2 visas are held by the spouses of executives, managers, or specialized knowledge staff, and these spouses have been allowed to work in the U.S. since 2002. The letter says, in part, due to the Trump administration's changes to visa processing, H4 and L2 visa applicants have recently led to wait 11 months to 2 years to have their documents renewed, and even though it only takes USCIS 12 minutes to process their Form I-765 and 24 minutes to process Form I-539. The vast majority of H4 and L2 workers are highly educated women, many of whom are employed in STEM fields in the United States. Processing delays have left their families without a second income, forcing them to dip into their savings, sell their homes, and take other drastic measures to stay on their feet. These delays also threaten the over $7.5 billion these workers contribute to the U.S. economy. In order to address this issue more holistically, we request the joint adjudication of primary and dependent visas and work authorizations be reinstated. We also urge USCIS to quickly expand premium processing to additional visa categories, including H4 and L2 visas and EADs. Well, it takes more than a letter, but Congresswoman Deborah Ross is quickly becoming quite the champion for immigration issues. Should not come as a surprise considering her district includes the Research Triangle Park, RTP, in North Carolina, a very heavily immigrant populated area for those individuals in STEM fields. As we found out during the H1B Guy Live on December 20th, our good friend Samil Kulkarni's wife's last day at her job was on Monday due to her EAD not being extended due to USCIS processing delays. Not only has she lost her right to work, she's afraid to travel for fear of not being able to get a consulate appointment or maybe even another travel ban. 90% of the individuals being impacted by these EAD processing delays are women. The Biden administration is coming up on almost a year to have fixed these issues, but it is looking more and more like they're not capable of doing it. I would approve primary and dependent processing cases together, including I-765s. This would be a huge step in solving these processing delays. There's no reason for dependent and primaries to be processed and approved differently. I would also allow for the automatic extension for cases that were filed more than 180 days because it's just the right thing to do. We cannot allow the loss of work authorization due to USCIS processing delays to continue. It's criminal and just wrong. For the full post on the H1B Guy News for the week ending December 24th, 2021, please check out the h1bguy.com. Today's post is brought to you by Syndesis and Path to Canada, the ideal plan B for high-skilled immigrants currently located in the U.S. whose status may be uncertain. If you're facing an H1B denial or OPT expiration, don't get caught off guard. Make sure you have a plan B, and Path to Canada and Syndesis are your answers. They'll gladly help you navigate the process, and if you're interested in finding out more and to see if you qualify, please be sure to use the link in the video description below. And also by PERM-ads.com, the industry leader in providing a seamless experience for employers and immigration attorneys navigating the complex PERM recruitment ad phase of the labor certification process. If you're looking to reduce your costs and overhead associated with PERM labor recruitment certification advertising, let PERM-ads.com help you. Just wanted to ask you again to please like this video, subscribe to the H1B Guy channel here on YouTube, and click the bell for notifications so that you're notified anytime we post new content here to this channel. If you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to watch my video. I really appreciate your support. The H1B Guy, your global source for all things H1B.